Hello, lovely to see you again. I thought it would be quite lovely for us to contemplate, what does this Tai Chi Salute mean again? There's lots of descriptions about what the symbol is. Some people say that this represents the sun, and some people say that's the moon, or the yin and the yang. One description I've heard, which really resonates well, is this loose fist symbolises we are learning a martial art, but in fact, it's developing our inner strength. On the left hand, our four fingers come together. So we're not separate, but we come together in friendship. And we just bend our left thumb along the side. So we bring the friendship, the humility, that's what the thumb represents, onto that inner strength, and we learn together. Some people bring it from the heart forward, or some people bow. Up to you to decide, but it is quite lovely to bring some tradition into our Tai Chi class, so long as we understand what that tradition symbolises. So that's our greeting. Today we're going to be learning a beautiful poetic movement called waving hands in the clouds, or some people call it cloud hands, or waving hands like clouds. If you imagine that feeling of your hands being like clouds as we move, that's what we need to embody as we're learning our cloud hands. We will break it down step by step to learn the upper body, the lower body, and bring it all together. And again, if you find that there's just too much to capture all together, just go back to the upper body, or just go back to the legs, or, you don't need to do it all together. That's quite okay. So let's begin with our warm-up exercises. So, thinking about our warm-up exercise, just focusing, standing tall. Feel the feet connected with the earth. Our feet are parallel and underneath the hips. If it's comfortable, having our toes facing straight ahead, so the hips, the knees and the ankles are all going the same direction. We have our arms just resting beside us. And we'll start with our neck exercise. We'll start at the neck and methodically go through every major joint of our body, doing 2 exercises per major joint. So the first one for the neck is looking down at the fingers and allowing the arms to float up to about shoulder height, or whatever's comfortable for us. We turn the hands. And when I sink my elbows, the hands come towards my chest or my chin. I tuck my chin in. Turn the palms away and push forward. And then, remembering it's a neck exercise, as the arms float down, I watch the fingers coming down to rest on the thighs. We do about 3 of each. So let's try that again. Arms floating up. Lovely. Hands in towards the chest or the chin, tucking the chin in, then we lengthen the upper spine. Turn. Push the hands forward. Very gently, allowing gravity to lower the hands down. And 3rd time. Noticing when we breathe in and noticing when we breathe out. Noticing your own in-breath and your own out-breath. Terrific. The second one for the neck begins in the same way. Both arms float up. I'll be a mirror, so you turn your left hand over and let the right hand float down to just push down next to my hip. These fingertips are about shoulder height or whatever's comfortable, and the elbow is down. So I turn my neck, I turn the arm, just about 70% of my capacity. And I move the hand and the neck back to the center. The top palm faces down, the bottom palm turns up, and I swap my hands over. Excellent. So now turning the neck, turning the arms, just about 70% of our capacity, and moving back. Good. Top palm down, bottom palm up, and swap our hands on. This time, if it feels right, we can go to maybe 80% of our capacity as we turn the neck. And moving back. Good. One palm lower, one palm rise. And last one. Turn. And moving back. Wonderful. Okay. Let the hands float down beside the legs. And we just roll the shoulders. These are the next ones for our shoulders, which is the next major joint. So it's like I draw circles on my legs. So we want to relax the elbows, just very small rotations of the shoulders forward. Always doing what feels right for us, working in our comfort zone. And then very small rolls backwards. Again, I love the description of just drawing circles on our thighs. It encourages our shoulders to do the movement instead of our elbows. Well done. The next one for our shoulders is we step a little wider. Maybe our feet are under our shoulders now. And this one's called gathering chi, or just the shoulder exercise. So imagine there's a big ball in front and we go around the outside of the ball. When the hands are on top of the ball, then we sink into our legs and we push the ball down. Good. And let's try that again. Palms up. So gathering the breath in as the arms rise up to shoulder height, whatever's comfortable. And sinking into the legs, we keep our spine upright. Let the hands float down. Lovely. Let's try that again. Arms rise up and lowering down. Terrific. And relax. Have a little shake. Okay, we'll bring our feet back underneath our hips. So we've worked our neck, we've worked our shoulders. So the next major joint is the spine. So the next two are for the spine. Having your left hand on top, right hand underneath as though you're holding a ball. What we're going to do is turn, imagine a piece of string between my nose and belly. And if my piece of string turns, that is just a very small turn of the spine and the arms will follow the turn. You can see my lovely white zip, that if I keep my nose and navel connected, the zip remains straight. But if I actually twist and move my neck more, then my zip will also twist. So imagine we've got a zip in front of us. So left hand on top, right hand underneath. We keep the hips soft, the knees soft, sinking down into the earth. I turn the nose and the navel, very small turn, and then I roll the ball over. Now I've got the right hand on top, so I turn my nose and navel towards the right, and the arms simply follow the turn of the spine. Wonderful. Roll our ball over. Left hand on top. Top hand's about heart height and bottom hand is just below the belly button. Elbow is down, turning our nose and navel and roll the ball. Good. And turn the nose and navel. So the hips are not moving. The kneecaps are not moving. Roll our ball. And turn the nose and navel. And Last one, either side, turn. And keeping the palms opposite as we roll the ball. Good. And back to the center. Great, have a rest. The next one for the spine is imagine the top of the spine is pulling upwards, but the base of the spine is pulling downwards. So we want the spine to lengthen in both directions. How do we do that? We're still holding our ball. So if your left hand's on top, we let the bottom hand come up the inside and the top hand down the outside. We roll the hand up, and if it's comfortable, the top palm up towards the ceiling and the bottom palm presses down. We always keep a lovely bend in our elbow. We come back and we hold the ball. If that doesn't feel right in your shoulders, don't do it. Just go to where it's comfortable for you. Bottom hand up, top hand down. It's like that martial arts block. One hand up, one hand down. Lengthening the spine up and down. Good. Changing over. So, bottom hand up. Rotate the palm away. Lovely spiraling up. Pushing down. And change. We hold the ball in between. And then the bottom hand comes up the inside. Rotates up. And down. Good. Try to keep the knees soft even when the arms are extended or the arms are stretched. The arms are never fully extended. We always keep our joints soft. Soft knees, soft elbows. Stretching and change. Final one. Stretching up and stretching down. Wonderful. And have a rest. Well done. Moving into the hips, grabbing a chair or something to hold on to if we need it. Arms float up, shifting weight into one leg and the other leg goes forward, hip width apart, touching the heel. Keeping the weight on the steady leg and the other leg goes behind, hip width apart. Change feet, consciously shifting our weight. Heel forward. And stretch through the hip. It's a hip exercise. We really want to feel the flexion, extension of our hip. Here. All of the foot. Great. Heel. And all of the foot. We'll move into the second one for the hips. We need to keep our feet parallel. We push to the side. So it's all about the legs working the hips, keeping our feet parallel. And the arms are as though they're touching a wall beside us. Good. So it's that cross patterning in the body, feeling the right and the left side of the brain talking to each other. Fantastic. Push. Last one. Stretch. And loose fists down into the knees. Heel. Toes touch down straight ahead. Bend the front knee as the front of the hand comes forward. But I can always see my front toe, so I'm not over bending. Weight back, foot back. And change. Nice and wide, heel, toes straight ahead, shifting our weight to about 70% of the weight in the front. Weight back. As I push one hand forward, so I don't fall over, I need to pull the other hand back. And the nature is if something's moving forward, something must be moving back. Otherwise, we'd fall over. Good. We'll go into the second one for the knee. So it's all about the knee bend And stretching out so we keep the weight back. If you want to keep off the ground, that's fine. It's all about the knee bend. If you need to hold on to something, that's fine as well. So stretching. And breath. And let's go down into the ankles. Heel and toe, flexion, extension, keeping our eyes ahead, the awareness in our ankles. Slow, conscious movement with the breath. Change. Many people get down to the ankles and just move them quickly. But think about your in-breath. Think about your out-breath. The body loves to coordinate with breath. Just see how it wants to do this. The body knows. Okay, tapping on the outside and the inside. Outside of the little toes, inside of the big toe. Or some people like the outside of the heel, inside of the ball or the foot. So whatever feels right in your body. Changing. Again, noticing. What breath coordinates the foot action? Trying not to look at the foot, it knows how to move all by itself. Very good. Okay. The last joint, the hands. Stretching, relaxing, open, close. And let's do a bit of silliness. I really like this. One thumb up. And then the index finger pointing to the thumb. And then all we do is change over one thumb, one index finger. Just check, is there only one thumb? And change and change and change. It takes a little while to rewire the brain, but I'll just change the view. The reason for that is those fingers are so closely connected neurologically because we usually use them together. So to differentiate them not to work together just takes a little bit of mindfulness and a bit of focus, but you can do it. So that's looking good, what I'm seeing. Well done. All right, hopefully you're a little looser, a little warmer. Let's go through what we've learned so far. We've learned the first movement of our Tai Chi for rehab. So finding our lovely posture. I'll just make sure you can see a little bit further down. Our feet are together and the body is upright. We're going to move the left foot out, but I'm going to be a mirror. So I think this is your left side. So I'm going to move that foot. Focus. You can feel that connection with the earth under our feet. Relaxing the abdomen so we can bring the breath down. Let's begin. We breathe in as we separate the foot. We breathe out as we adjust. Arms up, palms opposite each other. This is Sun style opening. Sink the elbows, fingers face the sky. And it's 3 breaths in. And out from down to you. It's your breath that expands the whole body. Your breath. Pass the ball forward. Close the ball. You breathe in, bring your left foot in. Breathe out. So that's recapping what we learned 2 weeks ago. The next movement we're learning is waving hands in the clouds. And we go to the left. It's a yang style cloud hands. So today I'd like us to focus on the upper body. If you want to move your legs, that's fine. But we've got to this position. I want you to be able to see my top hand and my bottom hand. Good. So we've done open and close. We're moving to the left. So what I'll invite you to do is put your left hand, I'll put my right hand because I'm a mirror, in front of your heart and let your left hand come down, down near the hip and turn the whole body to the right. Good. That's the preparation movement. So from our open and close, we have the left hand in front of the heart, the right hand drops down, and we turn the body slightly to the right. Great. So now let go of the bottom hand. All we do is turn Dantian, turn 3 fingers below the belly button, our center of gravity, turn the center of gravity. That's what brings the arms across. And when the hand is in front of the shoulder, I turn Dantian. When I turn Dantian this way, that's how I make the stop sign. And we let the hand float down with gravity. And then I turn Dantian and let the hand sort of scoop up as though it's scooping up water. Shallow, it's all right. The hands float up. Good. So turn Dantian, which turns the hands. So now think about turning Dantian, which makes the stop sign. Can you feel the connection between that to get that hand to turn? That hand comes down with gravity. Good. And as I turn Dantian, this bottom hand will scoop, and in the midpoint, the Lao Gung will connect to the Dantian. Good. And then that hand floats up again. We do this 3 times. So turn Dantian, which turns the arm. And then feel Dantian turn that way, which turns the hand outwards. Excellent. Float down. And turn, turn, turn. Okay. Well done. That's 1 hand. I got 2. So let's explore the other hand. Open and close. We'll do it from the beginning. So we have the left hand up, the right hand floats down. Turn the body slightly to the right. So let the top hand go. Turn Dantian and see how the bottom hand starts to turn in. There'll be a point where the Lao Gung, or the center of the palm, connects to the belly button or below the belly button. And then the hand floats up until the palm is opposite the shoulder. Then I turn Dantian, turn, turn, turn. And now feel the connection between Dantian to turn that hand out. Can you feel that connection there? Good. Hand floats down. Turn Dantian, that's what brings the hands across. Floats up. Great. Make sure the elbow's down, so everything's down with gravity. Good. Turn, turn. And feel the connection. What turns the hands? It has to be Dantian. So feel that connection with Dantian to turn the top hand and down. Good. And we'll do 1 more. Turn Dantian. Let the hand float up. If the hand's floating up, can you feel the connection to Dantian to bring the hand up? And turn, turn. And relax. Okay. Doing well. What I'll invite us to do is to put it all together. Some of you know these movements for many years. That's great. Others, this is your first taste of waving hands in the clouds. You might choose just to use 1 hand. That's quite okay as well. So let's do an open and a close. So letting the left hand expand forward in front of the heart. Turn the whole body to your right. That's it. Excellent. Now turn the whole body to the left. To the left. Good. Feel the connection with Dantian. I make a stop sign with the top hand. At the same time, the bottom palm turns up. And the hands actually come past each other. They nearly touch, but not quite. Good. Keeping that elbow down, nice. Turn Dantian, which turns the whole body. That's it. Feel the connection with dantian in both hands to turn both hands. And then let the hands change over. One up, one down. That's one round. Let's do 2 more. Turn dantian. Feel the connection with dantian to make the stop sign. The bottom palm turns up. Change the hands. And turn dantian. Both hands move. Good. Stop sign. And swap. Good, keeping those elbows down. Connection between dantian to turn both hands at the same time. Excellent. This is our last one. I always think it's a lovely way to finish off is come back and let's just take one breath in and out to sort of regroup, if you like, and then pass the ball forward so we finish off nicely. Hands opposite. Excellent. Well done. Let's go through what we've learned so far in our Tai Chi for rehab. Body upright. I'm going to come closer because it's really just the upper body we've been doing. Body upright. Focus. Let's begin. It's your left foot that goes out, so weight into the right. I'll try to be a mirror, but not my forte. Adjusting the weight. Sink your shoulders. When your shoulders sink, it's like a seesaw. The arms float up. Beautiful. Sink your elbows. When your elbows sink, the fingers face the sky. 3 breaths in and out. It's got nothing to do with our arms. It's all about the breath. Expands the whole body and relax. Then it's comfortable bringing the breath down into the belly. Okay, what we were doing yesterday, cloud hands to the left. We put the left hand forward in front of our heart, the right hand down, and we turn the body slightly to the right. That's it. That's the getting ready. Now turn your body to the left from the waist. Excellent. Very small turn. And then I make a stop sign with the top hand and the bottom palm turns up. And I swap the hands over. They nearly touch, but not quite. Good. So now the right hand's up in front of my heart. I turn dantian, turn the body to the right. Beautiful. We thought about the connection between dantian turning, which turns our hands. Make that stop sign and swap our hands over. Left hand up, right hand down. Turning left. Good. Connecting dantian to the turning of the hands. Beautiful. I think you've all been practicing overnight. That looks very integrated. Turning. And changing our hands. Lovely. You might feel something as the hands swap over. You might not. Doesn't matter. Turn. Change. And turn. So we started over in this corner. That's where we finish. Making an arc or a circle to come back. And we breathe in. We breathe out. Pass the ball forward. Close the form. Wonderful. And coming back. What we're going to learn is our legs. Very simple. We're going to step to the left, and I'm pretty sure that's your left. So we started with our feet just under our hips, and we're going to put all of the weight into your right leg. Actually, I love the image, first of all, of the egg timer, the old-fashioned egg timer with the sand in it. You know, when you turn it upside down and the sand slowly goes through it. Imagine our legs are like a sand-filled egg timer. So let's put all of the sand into the right leg. So one leg is full and one leg is empty. We're going to move the empty leg, step out to the side, about shoulder width. It's still empty. And then grain by grain of sand, shift the weight across until your left leg is full, your right leg is empty. Then I step in and I have to have a little gap between my feet. It's about a foot width, which is also my head width. Good. And then I repeat 3 times, shifting weight into the right leg. I step out, touch down, that's my empty leg. Grain by grain of sand, shifting the weight across until one leg's full, one leg's empty. You can only ever move an empty foot. And consciously shifting our weight, always making sure we've got that nice wide base of support. 3rd time lucky, stepping out and shifting our weight and stepping in and adjust. Great, and shaking out. In Chinese medicine, they say our legs are our second heart, because you think about it, that all of the blood, the lymph and things move down into the legs. And then for it to all come back up, it's moving against gravity. So the stronger our legs are, the better it is for our entire circulation. So Tai Chi really works a lot on the legs. As we're doing this weight shift, it's hard to see, but my knees are always off lock, okay? So it's just slightly off lock. What I'd like us to think about is, if that's all you need to know for now, just think about that. But if you want a bit more information, please imagine there's a ceiling touching your head, and you don't want to bump your head on the ceiling, because many of us tend to move up and down in this action, even the most subtle movement up and down, not so good. So we want to maintain the same height as we go through. So we can either think about the ceiling touching the head, or the other concept is the pelvis. Imagine that's like a basin filled to the very brim with water. And if I sort of go from my knees off lock to standing up, I must be splashing the water from my pelvis. So we want to either keep all the water parallel in the pelvis, or the ceiling touching the head. Okay, so let's try again. 3 steps to your left, okay? So we need to start with our feet shoulder width apart, and the knees are soft. The hips, the knees, and the ankles are soft. So put your hands wherever they're comfortable. I'm going to put mine at dantian. Shifting the weight into the right foot. Touch down. And trying not to hit your head on the ceiling, especially as we bring this foot in, remaining the same height means you're working your legs so much more. Shifting the weight. Number 2. Trying not to stand up. Good. That looks terrific. But shift the weight. Good. As I shift the weight. Well done. That's all we're doing with our legs for waving hands in the clouds. How about we put it together? If you just need to focus on the legs, do so. But if you want to add your arms, you're most welcome. So let's go from the beginning, and we'll just have one run through. And this will be our only run through for today. So make sure you've got enough space for 3 steps to your left. Okay, feet start together. Relax the abdomen so we can bring the breath down. Focus. Let's begin. Separating your left foot out, and that's the same concept. Adjusting the weight. Good. So from this height, the ceiling should not move, or your head should not move into the ceiling. Commencement form. So this is what we did 2 weeks ago now, which is the 3 breaths in and out. Again, trying to stay the same height. If our legs get tired and we need to have a break and come up, that's fine. But we know what we're aiming towards. Excellent. Last one. Okay, your left hand in front, your right hand down. Turn the body to the right and put all of the sand into the right leg. Excellent. Step out with your left foot. Grain by grain of sand, shifting the weight, turn dantian, stepping in. Make the stop sign. Swap our hands and turn the body towards the right. Right hand up. Excellent. Weights in the right leg. Step out left. Take that stop sign. Change the hands. Left hand up. Excellent. And consciously shifting weight left. No rush. Stepping in. Make the stop sign. Change the hand. Consciously shifting weight right. Excellent. Staying the same height. Stepping out. Stop. Swap the hands. And turn. Stepping in. Stop. Swap. And turn. So we're putting all of the weight into that right leg. That's number 3. So we come back, turn dantian back to the center. And let's take 1. Great. Pass the ball forward. We're going to close. Forward. Bring your left foot in. Feet. And relax. Well done. Such focus today. Very happy about that. Cool downs. Hands just relaxing onto the leg. But you can see I'm also bending my hip, my knee and my ankle. Just gravity, dropping the hands down. Maybe the sides of the legs going to be tired after all of those cloud hands. Cloud hand legs, is that a thing? You know what I mean. All right. Let's tighten the body, stretching the toes, stretching the fingers, and release. Good. Stretching out with our in-breath, and relax with our out. Stretch, and relax. Good. We'll take a couple of breaths in. Same as our shoulder exercise. And out. And together. Good. And sinking down. And I think we've got time for a chi wash today, which is quite nice, just moving the energy around the body. So starting with the hands at dantian, or the center of gravity, whatever you like to call that. The hands come up. You can either touch the body or just in front of the body, whatever feels right. Up, over the head. At the back of the head, there's 2 bumps. They're called your memory bumps. They're supposed to, if you rub them, help your memory. It's always good to know. Hands down. And then they go around the ribs to your kidneys, to the back. Going down the kidneys and then down the side of the legs, just bending a little and coming up the front. And I like to take a breath at dantian. We repeat 3 times. Not sure why, but in Tai Chi, most things are done in groups of 3. So either 3, 6, 9 or 12 repetitions. Seems like a nice number, I guess. But I'm sure it would be okay if you did 2 or 4. There's a tradition. Just taking a breath. 3rd time up. In Melbourne, all the masseuses have closed, so this is like a bit of a self-massage, which is quite lovely. I know some of you are in Queensland and Sydney and Perth. Yeah, different experience around Australia. Okay, so let's shake out. Come and take a seat a little bit closer. We'll just sit together for a moment. All right, so what I'll invite you to do is you're welcome to close your eyes or just gaze down at the floor, whatever feels right for you today. And I want us to tune into the body. We've been moving for about 25 minutes. What does 25 minutes of Tai Chi feel like in the body? Are any parts of the body a bit looser or a bit stiffer? What's happened to my temperature? Am I feeling a bit warmer, a bit cooler? What's happened to the mind? What does 25 minutes of Tai Chi? What's the experience in the mind? Does the mind feel like it's racing 1,000 thoughts every moment? Or is the mind a little bit more spacious? Again, there's no judgment, it's just an opportunity to notice. I'm checking into the breath that I have now. What's happened to my breath? Is it deepened a little? Is it slowed at all? Just noticing. I invite you to just be with 3 breaths in and out. Just knowing when you are breathing in and knowing when you're breathing out. Nothing more, nothing less. It's not controlling the breath or forcing the breath. Being a witness to the breath. When you finish, just opening the eyes. Well done. Waving hands in the clouds is quite a complex movement. So if you didn't feel like you've really captured it today, please, you can go back to Facebook or onto the YouTube channel and watch it again and again and again. So thank you so much for your time and your energy in the session. Be well, and I look forward to seeing you next session. Thank you.